Breaking news out of baseball this afternoon, where the New York Yankees manager Aaron Boone is taking a medical leave of absence to have a pacemaker installed. The Yankees have made the announcement this afternoon saying that the 47-year-old Boone will have surgery later today in Tampa. Boone, who had open heart surgery back in 2009, also released a statement. He said that he's been dealing with symptoms of lightheadedness and shortness of breath for the past 6 to 8 weeks. He says, "My faith is strong and my spirits are high," adding that he looks forward to getting back to work in the next several days. He said, "I look forward to getting back, but during my short absence, I have complete trust that our coaches, staff, and players will continue their training and preparation at the same level as we had." Let's welcome in our Jim Bowden. Jim, I know that you have already actually spoke to Boone and also Brian Cashman, the GM there. Can you tell us the latest that you're hearing?
Yeah, so I talked to Boone, and of course, he had open heart surgery when he was younger. For people that don't know, I drafted Aaron Boone. I was GM of the Cincinnati Reds. We've been very close these years. And I reached out just to send my prayers and my thoughts to Aaron. This is a routine type of surgery that's going to take place this afternoon in Tampa. In fact, I just got done speaking with him briefly ago, and optimistic that the pacemaker goes in and helps put the heart in the good rhythm, and that hopefully in a week or so he'll be back in action with the New York Yankees. But he's in very good spirits. He feels very good. And again, obviously this surgery has become more routine. I also, Jenny, talked to Brian Cashman, the general manager of the New York Yankees, to ask him in the interim who would take his place. He told me Carlos Mendoza would be the next in line, that he will take over on an interim basis. Now, the Yankees are well set up in terms of their organization and their staff and their evaluation. And for this to take place now will not be a setback for the leadership of the Yankees, for the coaching staff, for the routines and the decisions that have to be made on the team. As most people know, for managers and GMs, the most important time to evaluate is week 3 and week 4 in March. Decisions aren't made at this time during the year. So Boone will clearly be able to stay in touch with performances. He'll be able to continue to communicate starting tomorrow with the coaching staff on what they've seen for each game. And so as he sits out for several days or maybe a week or so, I don't think this will be a setback at all for the Yankees. They'll be able to carry on, and then Boone will be back in the dugout in plenty of time to make the most important decisions for the New York Yankees in terms of who the 26 guys are that's going to go north to New York with this club out of spring training.
And obviously his health is first and foremost, and we're wishing him the best with all of this. But what kind of impact does this have on the club? Spring training just started.
Well, I mean, obviously, I think sometimes tragedy or situations like this can bring a club together. And, we've got to remember, Aaron Boone is well-liked and well-respected in that Yankee clubhouse. And all of his players, coaching staff, front office, pulling for him. He's getting prayers around the world. I mean, the texts and phone calls he's getting have been nonstop in the last hour, been really incredible. The overwhelming support that you would expect a person of Aaron Boone's high character and integrity would have. And so everyone's going to be around him and supportive. And as I pointed out, the timing, although it's never perfect, this time of the spring is probably, if you're going to have to do it, is early enough that it's not going to really affect, I think, any of the Yankees' decisions going forward.
And you mentioned that you spoke with GM Brian Cashman, and that he mentioned that Carlos Mendoza will be taking over in that role. We know that Mendoza is a leader on and off the field, but what is he going to be able to do and step up in this position and bring to this Yankees team?
Yeah, it's a great question, Jenny, because this Venezuelan mind, who, by the way, will someday be a big league manager, no doubt in my mind, he is on board with Aaron Boone every step of the way. Nothing is done in that Yankee dugout or in that clubhouse or in the manager's and coach's office that doesn't put everybody on the same page. They know exactly who they need to play, what innings they need to see from their pitchers this early on, who needs the extra work on the backfields. And in the dugout, it's the same as it would be in business or even in terms of players. It's always next man up, be ready. You always have to have that plan in place in case something like this were to happen. And the New York Yankees organization has always been tremendous at making sure the next in line is ready to take over, whether it be on an interim basis or a permanent basis. In this case, it's only going to be hopefully several days or a week or so. But Carlos Mendoza, I don't think the Yankees will miss a beat during this time period.
How do you think the players react to news like this? Just getting the team together, it's March, it's the start of a new season. What's going on in that clubhouse right now?
I mean, it's kind of a shock, Jenny, as you know, when something like this happens. You're not expecting it to happen to your manager. But again, I think that what happens is the love and the support that you have and the respect for your manager comes out, brings the team together, brings unity, things like this. So, again, I think the Yankees will continue on in a good place, and Aaron will be back very shortly. And look, as Brian Cashman said to me, it was very clear. He said Aaron Boone will be as good as new when this pacemaker is put in. And, look, he's had some dizziness. These are not good symptoms. And to be able to handle this aggressively and to be able to correct it before tragedy could happen is really the right decision. And the Yankees have a great medical team. And to be able to quickly identify the issue and to be able to find a solution immediately, obviously, is really good news for both Aaron Boone and the Yankees.
We're hoping for a swift recovery from this surgery as well. But if this does happen to bleed into the beginning and start of this season, what is the impact that it might have there?
I mean, it does have an impact. I mean, you'd have a rookie manager taking over a team that's expected to win the division and be a serious World Series contender. And as you know, they open the season against teams in their division. The Blue Jays, they play them 6 times to start the year. I mean, those are going to be big series. They play the Rays as well 6 times. So their schedule is very heavy early on. And obviously, the preference would be to have what now is a veteran manager in Aaron Boone. You'd like to have him in the dugout. And all indications are that he will be able to be in the dugout clearly well before that opening day. But again, the experience of Boone, Mendoza may be a star someday, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't see early season mistakes or learning experiences that all rookie managers have. So if it were to bleed into the regular season, could it be a factor of maybe losing a game here or there? It could be. So again, I don't think the Yankees think there's any risk of that happening. And hopefully, as I said, Aaron will be back in that dugout within a week or so.
Thank you very much, Jim. We always appreciate you jumping on and having the latest when it comes to breaking news in the world of baseball. Now we're going to take a look at what the Yankees' odds are to win the World Series. As you just saw, their odds to win the AL East were incredibly good. Right now with the plus 550 and the odds to win the World Series, only the Dodgers ahead of them with that one. Again, breaking news out of the baseball world this afternoon. Yankees manager Aaron Boone taking a medical leave of absence to have a pacemaker installed.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.